Get ready, because something inside you is about to shift gears. Not everyone will notice it right away, but you will feel it. This week doesn't shout, it whispers, but the whisper comes with power. It comes with a call to act differently, to feel differently, to respond to the world in a new way. After the intensity of the full moon, the planets start to move, and with that, your internal center of gravity shifts too. The mind speeds up, the body demands more presence, the heart seeks clarity all at once. On one side, impulses saying, go, run, speak, change. On the other, a force holding you back, saying, wait, do it with truth. It's in this field of tension that the next chapter of your journey begins, and the sky is giving you exactly what you need to cross this portal with courage, without repeating the same old patterns. We're still under the effects of the full moon in Libra, which lit up the sky on the 12th. But unlike other full moons, this one didn't just bring clarity, it brought mirrors. Mirrors reflecting everything out of balance in your relationships. What you tolerate out of fear of losing. What you hide out of fear of confrontation. What you give too much of and don't get back. In the past few days, maybe you've felt an unexplained emotional exhaustion, like you're trying to keep everything running, but inside, something's drained. That's Libra's energy when it needs to take a stand. It stops chasing harmony at all costs and starts asking, is it worth trying to save something that can no longer stand on its own? If you've been trying to please everyone, silencing yourself to avoid conflict, this moon is asking just one thing, authenticity. And maybe in this week's quiet, you'll realize that true balance isn't about keeping the peace on the outside. It's about reconnecting with what you feel, even if that shakes the foundation of what once felt stable. On the 16th, Mercury enters Aries, and that completely shifts the tone of your communication, your thoughts, your inner dialogue. You might feel an almost urgent need to say what you've never said, to set boundaries, to express feelings, or even to say, enough. But heads up, Mercury in Aries is like fire in the mind. Fast, direct, sharp, and sometimes impatient. This can lead to unnecessary arguments, unfiltered words, impulsive decisions. So before you speak, feel. Before you react, breathe. This energy is perfect for taking action on things you've been putting off. But it'll only be powerful if it comes from a place aligned with your truth. No use channeling that fire to attack, escape, or prove yourself. Use it to express yourself with clarity, with presence, with intention. Because when your voice returns, either the world listens or you begin building a new path, where you finally start listening to yourself. On the 18th, Mars enters Leo, and with it comes a force that beats in your chest, the desire to take center stage. This is the kind of energy that urges you to stop waiting for permission. It's time to step boldly into the center of your own life, with courage, with intensity, and above all, with authenticity. But here's a heads up, this energy can also lead you down the path of vanity, ego battles, and the craving for validation. So here's the question that will follow you over the next few days. Are you acting from essence or appearance? Mars in Leo is powerful when you know who you are, when you don't need to prove anything, when your actions come from a place that already recognizes your own worth. If you're just trying to grab attention, this energy might put you in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. But if you're ready to show who you truly are, no masks, no over-the-top performances, It can launch you into a new level of expression. You might feel bolder, more creative, with an unstoppable drive to make things happen. Just be careful not to run over anyone along the way, including yourself. True leadership begins the moment you stop hiding and commit to acting in alignment with what you believe in, even when no one's watching. On the 19th, the Sun leaves Aries and enters Taurus. And just like that, the pace shifts again. If up until now you've felt urgency, impulsiveness, a rush, this energy comes as a reminder. Life isn't a race, it's a slow build. The Sun in Taurus invites you to breathe, to look around, to notice whether what you're building has a solid foundation or if it's just a quick fix for an inner void. This is the moment to choose what's worth keeping, what's worth nurturing, and what, no matter how pretty it looks, just doesn't have the strength to last. Taurus speaks of pleasure, stability, the body. You might feel more drawn to care for your diet, your finances, your rest, your home, and all of that is spiritual too. Because Taurus teaches that the sacred isn't only found in the unseen. It's in the tangible, in touch, in routine, in choosing silence, sleeping better, and saying no to what no longer supports your peace. The question this new phase brings is simple, yet deep. Are you cultivating what you truly want to harvest? Because there's no use planting in a rush. The earth feels it, and it only blooms with presence. This week places you in a curious inner space. On one side, forces are pushing you forward, as if something needs to happen right now. On the other, a quieter wisdom says, slow down, move with truth, move with soul. It's as if the sky opens two doors at once. One shouts immediate action, Mercury in Aries, Mars in Leo. The other whispers consistency, Sun in Taurus, lingering vibes from the full moon in Libra. And in between those two doors, there's you. Maybe you feel the urge to change everything all at once, or a sudden desire to break free, speak long-held truths, cut ties, shift paths. All of that might be real, or it might be a way to escape. So before making any impulsive decision, stop, breathe, feel. Sometimes that urgency you feel isn't your soul speaking, it's fear, disguised as courage. The key this week isn't speed, it's discernment. Discernment between rush and purpose, between truth and reaction, between what's genuinely calling you and what's just yelling the loudest. Because the loudest voice isn't always the wisest. And sometimes your next most powerful move is the one that looks the simplest. To stay, to observe, to listen, until the next step rises from a clean place, not from anxiety. The energy this week isn't light, but it is deeply revealing. You might feel physical anxiety with no clear reason why. A strong urge to act impulsively, cut something off, or blurt things out. Trouble sleeping with racing thoughts at night. Emotional fatigue, like there's a storm happening inside. A desire to radically change something in your life. And fear all at once. All of this makes sense. You're in a moment of energetic transition. Your body is trying to catch up with the shift happening in the sky. Your mind wants speed. Your heart wants stability. And your soul, it wants presence. So the more you try to stay in control, the more discomfort you'll feel. This week calls for a new kind of listening, one that goes beyond logic. It asks you to observe yourself with kindness, to honor your limits, and to stop forcing answers before they're ready. Because the symptoms aren't the problem, they're the signal, the sign that something inside you is asking for space to change. And if you don't listen now, you'll face the same lesson again. In a different body, a different situation, a different setting. The sky is clear. The pain you're feeling today is the push you've been ignoring. There comes a moment this week when everything seems to either fall into place or clash completely. And that's when you realize you can't keep putting off certain decisions. You can't keep ignoring what's been trying to break through inside you. This moment won't arrive with fireworks. It might show up in a casual conversation, in an unexpected message, in a strange, heavy feeling of, I can't take this anymore. And yet, it could change everything. That's the energetic power we're moving through. A choice made under this vibration can realign your entire path, for better or for chaos. So don't choose to escape. Don't speak just to provoke. Don't walk away out of pride. Choose with awareness. Speak with courage. Let go with lightness. Life might put you at a crossroads. Keep going down the same path, or finally walk the road you've known deep down you needed to, but kept avoiding out of fear. This isn't a time to wait for guarantees. It's a time to listen to the clarity that only comes when you connect with something deeper than your ego. You already know what you need to do. The question is, will you have the courage to choose? Because when you choose differently, the reality around you begins to shift too. The sky isn't offering easy promises. It's offering an invitation. If you change now, a lot can start to fall into place faster than you think. But if you resist, if you keep trying to control everything, if you stay stuck in the same old patterns, you'll feel like you're swimming against the tide. That's the difference between moving with the flow or living caught in repetition. The entry of Mars in Leo and the Sun in Taurus creates a symbolic portal of strength and stability, courage to act with truth, plus sign energy to sustain what you've started. But that takes maturity. You won't have all the answers. You might not even feel ready, but you need to decide whether you'll keep waiting for the perfect sign or recognize that the sign already arrived. And it's you. You are the sign. What's missing now is the step. So choose. Choose the hard conversation. Choose the necessary change. Choose to care for your body. Choose what expands you, even if it scares you, because this week isn't about speed. It's about alignment. And what is born from alignment doesn't need force to happen, only presence. You've already felt the power of this week, but now comes the most important part, how to use all of it in your favor. Here are some simple yet powerful actions to move through this phase with more clarity. 1. Speak with intention, not impulsiveness. With Mercury in Aries, the instinct is to blurt everything out at once. But the power lies in choosing the right moment, the right words, the right tone. Before reacting, write it down. Read it out loud. Wait 30 minutes. Only then, speak. 2. Use Mars in Leo energy to create, not compete. This is the perfect time to bring a personal project to life, start something original, or boldly put your name on something. But remember, do it for you, not to prove anything to anyone. 3. Reconnect with your body. The Sun in Taurus asks for physical presence. Eat slowly, walk, breathe deeply, touch, rest. The sacred is found in the simple, and you need your body to support what is being spiritually born. Choose one thing to go deep on. Taurus doesn't multitask, it focuses. Pick one goal, one habit, one change, and follow it through. This isn't the time to scatter. It's time to root. 5. Be silent every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. This week is full of internal noise. The only way to hear what's true is to get quiet. The soul doesn't shout, it whispers. Are you listening? Now you know. This isn't just another week on the calendar. It's a week of realignment. The sky didn't come to deliver ready-made answers. It came to hold up a mirror, to spark movement, and maybe, for the first time in a long time, you'll clearly see what's truly ready to shift. Maybe you'll feel the rhythm of your life changing, not out there, but within. And that's where it all begins. You don't need to rush, but you can't afford to delay anymore. This week gives you 3 keys: truth in your words, courage in your actions, presence in your body. Use each one with respect, with awareness, with faith, because the universe isn't asking you to do it all right now, it's asking you to do it differently. And that is more than enough to transform everything.